Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about AMD stock. Now if you've been with the channel over the last month or so, you may have seen my last video on why AMD was soon to rocket over $100 a share, and in that video I explained why I did think buying the stock for $80 or under was an absolute steal. And over the last few weeks we have obviously seen that AMD did have the potential to run to this $120 a share range, even above $100, and now the question on every trader's mind really should be whether if this is the time to buy more, hold what you have, or potentially short the stock for some quick profits. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you my unbiased analysis on what you should do as an AMD investor, and ultimately what I'm going to be doing with my own personal position over the next few weeks. Now, firstly, I want to talk about why AMD has been able to rocket so massively over the last few weeks, and this is going to come down to two very critical factors, and one of which I told you guys in my last video, and that is going to be the volume on the stock. Now, any stock that wants to rocket or simply push up in price is going to need people to buy it, and for that reason, volume is one of the most key indicators that we can take an eye on as investors, because it will allow us to see when there is a lot of money entering into a stock and when it could be potentially a good moment to jump in with a name. So looking at AMD, you can see that the last few weeks have been nothing short of a miracle for volume, and we have seen almost a doubling of the average volume over the last few days, causing a massive spike. And especially after we pushed up from that $100 a share price, which was the ultimate resistance on AMD, not only did retail investors hop in, but you can see that there is a lot of institutional buying as well, which is what's causing this massive up in price. Now, like I said, there is a second reason why AMD was able to move massively, and that's going to come down to their earnings report, which they produced over the last few days. And as you may know, AMD is very well known for producing these great earnings reports that show that the company has massive amounts of profits and also massive amounts of increasing revenue. So again, that's always going to be great for any growing company, but especially a company which was facing a massive worldwide chip shortage just only a few months ago. So obviously this is a great sign that companies like Nvidia, AMD are able to push past this moment and are potentially going to be having higher sales following in the future. Now, before we end off the video, I want to leave you guys with a short technical analysis of AMD, basically explaining what I see on the chart and why I'm going to be doing what I'm going to do over the next few days with this name. Now, as you can see here, the volume at the bottom of the chart is obviously representative of the run we've had over the last few days. This is what I just showed you guys in the last clip, and really one of the main takeaways that I want you guys to have with this AMD stock. A stock run isn't over until you see a spike in volume really, and then a drop off, and we still have not got that drop off. So that is why I would not recommend shorting this stock right now or under any circumstances. Now again, it's not a good idea to go against the flow of a stock, and with AMD you can see that we have been massively jumping up over the last few weeks, fueling a rally up to $120. So I wouldn't want to put myself or you guys in front of a massive train that could not crash anytime soon. Now, another thing that is going to be very key is going to be the fuel or the strength of these candles. And a lot of the times with technical analysis and looking at the charts, it's very critical to see that a bar opens and closes above the next. That means that there was new change and new things to see with the stock and its price. And as you can see here, that's exactly what AMD has been able to do over the last few days. Every single bar following the next has been able to close and open above the next bar, and even coming into today, the last day of price action, or sorry, the 4th of August, we're able to see still a massive pushing up with AMD stock continuing to push above the body of the last bar. So there really doesn't seem like there's a slowing down here with this stock, and with the increasing volume even today, I really do think that this company is going to continue moving in the upside, at least to 125 or 126. And I do want to show you guys a second reason why this 126 is definitely going to be hitting over the next few days. Now, that is not to say go in and dump all your money on AMD. This is a massively overextended run and is looking to kind of take a breath sometime soon, but there are some good signs that could show us some continuations or maybe just a little bit more profit to squeeze out. So I do want you guys to take advantage of that, and from that I'm going to be looking at Nvidia stock. This is another company that also is in that chip and semiconductor industry, and as a result you can see that they had a massive rally after their earnings as well, almost 53% increase on their stock. So now looking at AMD, a similar name with very similar prospects as far as their earnings, we can see that the company has already moved around 40 something percent, so 41, 42%, and this is going to mean that there is only a small amount of profit left to eke out with AMD. So ultimately, my final recommendation with AMD stock and what I'm going to be doing over the next few days will be to wait for around that 50% increase mark. That's going to be around $125 a share with AMD, and that's where I'm going to be taking large profits on my share position, because I think it's impossible or very, very unlikely for the stock to continue pushing up past this point, or at least in the short term. So I do think that it's going to need to breathe anywhere between $120 and $125 a share, which is coincidentally also the same price that I predicted in my video 1 month ago. So again, guys, there is a lot of reasons why I predict these numbers and why I say what I say. So I really do recommend that you take profits, or at least some sort of profits around this point. But again, guys, I will be holding the rest of those shares until the end of time and until AMD stops showing me this massively positive action on their price. So over the next few days, just hold what you have, keep the rest of your position, and if AMD is able to pull back, is able to show us a massively good opportunity to buy, then I will be bringing you guys another video on AMD and another great analysis. But as always, if you did like what you saw today, don't forget to hit that like button down below. And if you do want to see more stock content just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all your plays are in the green.